Happy birthday to you. Boy, this puts me in the mood for singing and eating when I see this wonderful Hershey Bar cake. Underneath this adorable chocolate bar cake is a real cake. This could be a happy birthday cake, an iced cake, anything you want. This one we're using an angel food cake. So we're going to have a real cake underneath all of our Hershey candy bar cake. Now all you're going to need to make this are about 3 packs of these mini size Hershey bars and the little Hershey Truffle Chocolate Kisses. Wonderful. It's making me happy just thinking about it. So let's learn how to make this. Pretty easy. To begin making the cake, the first thing we have to do is make some little foundational pieces out of poster board. Now to make those and get the right size, you're going to measure the perimeter of the top and of the bottom of your cake, whatever size it is. And as you'll see, once you do that, you're going to get a little bit of a curved shape here on the piece that goes around the side, and then you could trace out, of course, the top piece for your cake. Alright, I have already cut out my framework out of the poster board, and as you can see the red on here, now that's a red double stick tape. I'll talk to you about that in a minute. And this fits on here perfectly, and it's all angled in. If you're like me and you're not very good at math and you don't have a high school kid maybe who can figure out the formulas for you on how to make these, just use some newsprint or newspaper and just put it around here, trace it out, and then cut it. You won't have to do all the measuring if you do that way. Then use it as your pattern for your poster board. So now that's going to be the walls, and this is what we're going to put our Hershey Kisses on. So let me show you what we're doing with this. This is a wonderful tape. It is called just red tape. That's what we call it, red tape. It's a double-sided, very, very strong adhesive. You can go to the company store on our website and buy these if you can't find them locally. So here's how it works. You'll put 2 strips of these and lining them here on the poster board, and then you're going to pull off the backing on this red tape. Now, if you have trouble with it, just use a fingernail file to pop the little corner up, and it'll come right up, no problem at all. Now we are ready to start putting our candy bars right here. To help you see this a little bit easier, I'm going to put a little piece of yellow foam paper down here, and you know what? I have to put on my glasses because these are hard to line up. Now we're going to start working with our Hershey bars. What you want to do is pay particular attention to your labeling on here. You don't want the Hershey starting at the bottom and then starting at the top. So whichever direction you choose, you want to line them all up the same way. And here's a tip too, because if you don't push your candy bar down into the bottom, your labels are not going to line up even though your paper seems to. So you want to make sure you push them just right. Now, we're going to start here, and we're going to line it up right on the edge, and bring it up to the top, and then push it down here. So we're going to start right here on the edge, make it a little tighter in, and bring it up. And you will continue all the way to the end in getting those lined up just right on the bottom, pressing it down, and then at the top. And we're going to finish this entire piece using those candy bars. Alright, we've made sort of our wrap of the Hershey bars, and we're ready to put it on our cake. Now you can use a cake stand as we have over here, or you can use just a tray. And this one we're going to go ahead and set our cake on a tray. Now you might want to notice here that I've lined it underneath this doily with a little bit of lavender, and it just brings out some color. It's a nice extra touch. So now we're going to wrap this around and secure it in the back. Our double stick tape is going to stick to itself, and we're ready to start working on the top. Now for the top, you may want to take a piece of cardboard or paper board that you've cut out and smear a little bit of glue stick all around the top here. We just want it to stick. So put a little bit of glue stick. That's going to keep this from shifting around. Now we'll add our little circle, and again, just for color, we're going to put a little bit of lavender tissue paper on top of this. A little bit of glue stick is going to keep it on just where we want it. And we're going to go ahead and place that down here. Now to give it the look of this cake here, where it has the beautiful little doily trim coming out, we're going to put a little bit of doily up here. Now what you may find, as we did, is that sometimes the doilies are just too big. So you may have to cut them to fit what you want. So if we use this entire piece of doily, and I've cut out the center, it's just about the right size, or we could piece it with smaller ones. So we're going to take this one, and again, and put a little bit of glue stick right around the edge. Doesn't take a lot, just a little. I'm so proud of myself. I'm doing so well. I've been working for 2 days on these cakes, and I've only eaten 2 pounds of chocolate. It's kind of hard. It's just so wonderful. It smells so good, very tempting. And everyone who receives it is going to be feeling the same way. And you can see I'm just pressing this down just to get it so that it's going to overhang a little. We can make it shorter, longer, however we want. Now we're ready to come up here and start putting our Hershey Kisses in. You can use all kinds of different ways to glue this on if you like. One way is to use the glue stick, and you can just slide it across and stick it on. I don't like to use the hot glue with it because obviously it can cause your chocolate to melt. And this is a pretty good stick, or you can use the double stick tape that we were using earlier. It is such a powerful tape, however, if you use it. When you try to pull those Hershey Kisses off, the only thing that's going to come off is the paper, the chocolate. I mean, it's just a little too strong for these. So you're going to make an outer layer all the way around with these, and then you're going to come back and fill in with maybe 2 more layers right in the middle. Well, look how beautiful the cake is turning out. It's almost finished. Now what is left to do on this is to add some decorations, and they can be anything you like. I'm going to show you the basics of how you would go about doing some of these decorations. As you can see from the cake beside it, there seems to be a little higher point in the center where we've put these stars. You could do candles, you could do anything you wanted, or a toy. But what we're going to work with is a little piece of styrofoam. It can be a half of a styrofoam ball or some other shape, and you're going to glue it down. You may want to use hot glue on that one to get it down so it's very, very sturdy. And then you can take, as we have here, you can take some of the little Hershey bars and put them all around and cover it up so nothing shows. Now the next thing you may want to do is come around the bottom and group your Hershey Kisses. Now we've been putting these, and instead of turned up this way, we were going to turn them on our other cake. We decided to turn them to the side, like that. You can do it either way you like, but to give it that fullness, that richness, we put little tissue flowers in there. And the way you make them is very, very easy. You just pinch them and do a little twist. And if you've got hot glue or whatever kind of glue you're using, just take a stick and press it in so you don't get your hands burned. But you'll put those all the way around. Now also, to give it a little color, you can put some little leaves in there. If you don't have leaves, you can cut them right out of a piece of ribbon. We've just folded up a little bit of ribbon here. We're going to do a little oval cut. And there you go. Now you've got a lot of ribbons that you cut into shapes of leaves, and you can put them around there to add color, as we did in this one. Now I'm going to switch you back over here to this one to see what we're doing. To dress it out a little more even, we added some ribbon. Now this is ribbon that has a little wire in it, and to give it this effect of the curly, just wrap it around your finger or around a pencil, whatever, and you'll get this curly look. And then you can put it around the bottom, you can put it around the top to fill in, and how nice that's starting to look. So finish it out any way you like, but the wonderful thing is that once you have it finished, you have the most wonderful gift to give to a friend or to a colleague at work. You can wrap this, shrink wrap it, cellophane wrap it if you like to deliver it, or it could be shipped as long as the cake was frozen and it could arrive in good shape. This is one of my favorite gifts to give, and I hope you'll enjoy it as well.